Hello and welcome to Easy Play Piano. In this lesson, we'll be looking at Killing Me Softly. First, we'll practice our right hand, then our left hand, then hands together. Don't forget to snag your free 100-day practice challenge. I'll leave a link in the description box below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss a lesson. So if you're ready, let's get started. Killing Me Softly only has 8 chords that you really need to know to play the song. In no particular order, let's go through those chords really quickly before we get into the details of the piece. You have the D minor chord, D, F, and A, the G major chord, G, B, and D, C major chord, C, E, and G, followed by the E major 7th chord, E, G sharp, E, and that D makes it a 7th chord, the A minor chord, A, C, and E, the D major chord, D, F sharp, and A, followed by the B flat major chord, B flat, D, and F, and finally the A major chord, A, C sharp, and E. Those are the most basic forms of the chord you need to know in order to play Killing Me Softly with his song. So let's get started with the first couple measures, and we're going to start with our right hand, then we'll put our left hand chords, and then we'll kind of put them together. We're going to take it really slow. So in the right hand, you'll start with your second finger on E. So this is the E above middle C. E, F, G, A, G, D, G. Left hand is going to play the D minor chord, so that would be D, F, and A. You can add that 7th in, that's totally optional. D minor. Then you're going to move down to the G chord, G, B, and D. Okay? Those are the only 2 chords for the first musical idea. Let's put it together. So left hand, D minor chord. Right hand, E, F, G, A. Left hand moves down to the G chord. Moving on. Next part, we're going to put our 5th finger in our right hand on A. A, G, F, E, F, C. You're going to play in your left hand C major chord, and then you're going to play the F major chord. So that's F, A, and C. Let's put that little part together. So C major chord in your left hand, right hand, A, G, F major chord in your left hand. Next part, we're going back to that D minor chord. That's the first chord that we played when we started the piece. Again, you can either play D minor or you can add that 7th in. It's totally up to you. To give it a little bit more color, I'm going to play the D minor 7th chord. So D, F, A, and that C, that makes it a 7th. And then we're going to play the G major chord. Now we've already played that before, so that should start to feel familiar. G, B, and D. And then we're going to play the A minor chord. And this is really simple because all you have to do is once you've played that G major chord, just shift your fingers up to the next position for the triad, which is A, C, and E. So G major, A minor, okay? Let's add in our right hand. Right hand, we're going to start on the note E. So again, we're just on that E above middle C. E, F, G, A, G, A, B. B repeats itself. And then for this, you can either play this interval, but to keep it simple, you can just play the top note. So C, B, A, G, A. Okay, let's put that all together. So starting with the D minor 7th chord, or the D minor, just to keep it simple. Right hand's going to start on that E, E, F, G, A, G, major chord in our left hand, G, A, B, B, A minor chord in our left hand, right hand, high C, C, B, A, G, Now you'll notice that this next part is simply repeating some of the same chords. So we're going to start just with this first little tiny phrase. So the D minor chord, or D minor 7th. So now you should be familiar with it. But I want to give you one new option. Okay, so when you play that D minor 7th chord, you can also invert that. And so the F of the chord is now in the bottom. So all you're going to do is you're going to throw that D on top. So instead of playing the D minor 7th in the root position, you're going to move it to first position, first inversion, and just play it like that. It's totally optional. And then the right hand plays the C, A, F, B. Okay? Again, you don't have to do the inversion in your left hand. It's only if you want to. It's totally optional. Now, this next part, you're just going to go back and add the simple G chord in your left hand, and your right hand's going to play E, D, E, F. So you're just basically circling around E, D, E, F, and your left hand is going to play the G major chord. Okay. Now, the next part, it's interesting because this song sounds so beautifully intricate, but it's really quite simple. You're going to go back to the C major chord. So C, E, and G in your left hand. Now in your right hand, the way this is written, you do not have to play all of the chords that you see in your right hand. You don't have to play all these. You can simply just isolate and play the top note. So that's what we're going to do for this example right now. In your right hand, you're going to play just the top of that chord. So that's just G, G, and then we're going to move up to G sharp. So I went from G, 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 G sharp, okay? And then you're going to stay on that G sharp to my, and then eyes, okay? So it's basically G, 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 G sharp, A, B, okay? And your left hand, you're going to play the C major chord, C, E, and G, and then you're going to play the E major 7th chord. So that's E, G sharp, B, and D. E, G sharp, B, and D. Just like that. Now, let's put the right hand and the left hand together for that part. So again, with your left hand, start with your C major chord, your C major triad, G in your right hand, up to G sharp, left hand moves to the E major 7th. Okay, starting to sound familiar? All right, now we have the A major chord in our left hand, and the right hand is simply outlining that A major chord as well. But like I said earlier, you can just simply play the top of that interval to keep it simple. So you're going to play C, 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 A, E, G natural, F, okay? Because remember, we had that G sharp up in the top, but now we're going to play the G just naturally as written. So C, 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 A, E, G, F. And then you're going to have that same pattern, but just shifted down. B, 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 G, D, E. Okay, the left hand chords are A minor, just like that. Then you have the F chord, F, A, and C. And like we mentioned earlier, we're just going to shift up to the next triad. So F major triad, F, A, and C, up to the G major triad, G, B, and D. Okay, let's put that all together. So A major chord in your left hand, and in your right hand, we're going to play that top C. G natural, and your left hand plays the F chord. right hand, B, left hand, it's going to play that G major chord. And then you're going to end on that C major chord. In this section here, we're going to be starting with our third finger on E in our right hand. Now, you'll notice that there is a rhythmic pattern that's evolving and keeps repeating. So it's E, 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 A, C, B, A, okay? Left hand, A minor, A, C, and E. Then we're going to jump up to the D major chord, D, F sharp, A, and if you want, this again, this is optional, you can move that D, the root of the chord, up to the top and play it in first inversion. It's totally optional. Okay, and the right hand plays A, D, D, A, okay? So let's put that together. Okay, right hand on E. Again, I'm just playing the top of the interval, the third, the minor third, major third, sorry. We're going to play A minor in our left hand. Right hand plays that D chord, either in root or first inversion. Okay. So for this last part, we're going to start with the fourth finger on C. The melody is just C, B, G, B, A, G, okay, C, G, F, 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 E, D, okay. Left hand, you're going to start with the G major chord. You're going to shift down to the F major chord, and then you're going to jump back up to C major. And by now, these chords especially should feel very familiar. And then you're going to shift down to the F chord. So again, the left hand plays G major, F major, C major, F major. So let's put that together. So right hand is up on that C, left hand, G major chord. C, B, G, B, and then F in your left hand, A, right hand, A, okay, left hand comes up to play the C major chord, right hand, A, G, C, G, F major chord in your left hand, F, 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 E, and then we've got that B flat chord. So B flat chord is B flat, D, and F. Right hand plays E, D. To finish out the piece, remember we were back on that B flat chord. So we had the B flat chord in our left hand. So we've got B flat, D, and F. And our right hand, we have that D, just the third finger on D, okay? The left hand does not change in this first measure on the last page of this piece. So we're going to keep that B flat major chord. That's held over from before, so just hold on to that. Right hand's going to play D, which is held, D, D, E, and then the left hand shifts down to the A major chord, which is A, C sharp, E. And the right hand simply just rocks back and forth between A, E, F, E, F, E, F, E. So basically you're just going back and forth. So D, okay, that was held over from the previous measure. Left hand goes to A major. Now at the very end, I want to show you something really special, because remember we started the piece in D minor, and the piece ends in A major. So all you have to remember after you've played verses 1, 2, and 3, all you have to do is at the very end just play the A major chord like this. Now all I've done is I've just arpeggiated. That means I'm Playing arpeggiating means I'm rolling the chord and playing each note of the chord separately like this. And that is a beautiful way to end Killing Me Softly. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next lesson.